Okay, we jump to the last components of solar system, which is satellite. So what is a satellite? Satellites are heavy bodies in the atmosphere that revolve around another object or another big object in the atmosphere or in the solar system. So all objects that revolve around another object or around another big object in the atmosphere, those all we call as a satellite. So you have to make the individual questions. So what are the things in the atmosphere which revolve around another object? For simply, you can understand that the earth is revolving around the sun. So you can say that the earth is a satellite. Also, there is there is moon. Moon, it revolves around the earth. So also moon is a satellite. You have to understand that I told you that satellites are objects in the atmosphere that revolve around another big object in the atmosphere or in the solar system. So I make you an example. The earth is a satellite because it revolves around it revolves around the sun. Also the moon, it is the satellite because it revolves around it revolves around the earth. So those two are natural satellites. So you can be asked the questions, what are examples of the natural satellite in the solar system or in the atmosphere? There are two natural satellites, the earth and and the moon. But those artificial satellites, we are having many artificial satellites. So here we understand that satellites, there is two. There are two satellites, especially you have to clarify that natural satellites, which are moon and earth. So by completing that about the components of the solar system, let's jump to the another parts about the earth. So here we have to read. We need to understand the earth, the planet Earth. As I told you that Earth is among of the 8 planets which are found in the solar system. So here we have to speculate, to study in deep about the planet Earth. So Earth, this is the only planet that proven to support the human life or living organism life. We live on the planet Earth, or third planet in the solar system. So we understand that the Earth is the third planet that support the human life. As I told you that, why the Earth can support the human life? The reason is because of its own unique position from the sun. Also, why the Earth supported the human life? Because of their climatic condition that found on the earth. Sometimes in other parts of the earth there is cold, in other parts of the world there is moderate, it means that not cold and not hot. In other parts there is hot. Example, I can make you example. The planet Earth, when you talk about the earth, in northern pole and the southern pole, northern pole it is very cold and the southern pole it is very cold. Also, when you come to the point of equator, northern pole is cold, southern pole is cold, but equator there is hot. So that's you have to understand that the earth is having a unique positions. And also the planet Earth, or the earth, it is the third planet. As I told you, it is the third planet from that arrangement from Mercury, Venus and Earth. Also we have to come to what are the things which made the planet Earth. What are the things which made the planet Earth? There are almost many things which made the planet Earth, but here we can see in a group what are the things which made the planet Earth. The first is atmosphere. So the Earth is made up by the atmosphere. When we talk about atmosphere, it means that the points where the plants started to grow up to the extra planetary positions, or at the points where there is darkness, you can call the exosphere position. So that's all we call as what? Atmosphere. And that atmosphere is having its own layer. First layer, third layer, and up to what? To exosphere. So that's all about what? Atmosphere. And then within that atmosphere is where we live. We live in the atmosphere, or we live on the earth, but we survive in the atmosphere. So that's we have to understand. The second, so here atmosphere, we can talk about air. Atmosphere or air. But hydrosphere, here we talk about what? Water bodies. Water bodies. Hydrosphere, we talk about water bodies. Atmosphere, we talk about air. So here, hydrosphere, water bodies. So that's you have to understand. Water bodies in the air, or on the earth, or on the planet Earth, is covered for almost 3/4. It is covered by water. That is the about what? Hydrosphere. So we can understand that at main points on the earth is covered by water, but the land mass, it is what? It is not covered at a large what? At a large area. So that is about what? Hydrosphere. So the earth is covered mostly by what? By water bodies. When we talk about water bodies, here you have to understand that we talk about ocean, we talk about rivers, we talk about lake, and other water bodies that you know. And also there is biosphere. When we talk about here biosphere, you have to understand that here we talk about living things. So biosphere, this means living things. So living things is what? Living things is plants and animals. So on the earth there is what? Plant and what? And animals. So here is among of the components which made what? The planet Earth. Also there is mountain material. So mountain material is what? Here we talk about those magmas, or we talk about the liquids which are found in the Earth's surface, or we can talk about those materials, mountain materials which are found within the Earth. But here we can talk about those magma, or we can talk about lava. Those are found on the Earth. And the last is crusty. Crusty, we talk about the solid material. Here you can talk about the log. You can talk about log which are found on what? On the Earth's surface. So these all are components. When we are being asked, mention the components of Earth. Mention the things which made the Earth. First is atmosphere, air, hydrosphere or water bodies, biosphere, living things, mountain material. I told you that magma and lava. The crusty, solid material, or we talk about what? Rocks. So that's all about what? The planet Earth. But also you can add about the planet Earth, about 3/4 of the Earth's surface covered by water. 3/4 of the Earth's surface covered by what? By water. As already I told you that the large part of the Earth is covered by what? By water. But the few areas or few percentage is covered as what? As a land mass. So that is all as you have to understand. Also the shape of the Earth. Let's come to another points about the Earth, that the shape of the Earth is flattened sphere, as proven by the measurements in diameter. So that is the new things. When we talk about the shape of the Earth, the shape of what? Of the Earth, here we understand about what are the general appearance of the Earth. So what are the Earth? What did the Earth appear on which way? The Earth the appearance is a flattened sphere. So here there is contradiction for many scholars, many students. They are making contradiction. Why the Earth is being flattened? As we know, the Earth is round or is flat. So here we can understand what are the real shape of the Earth through evidence. Okay, fine. So when we talk about the flattened sphere of the Earth, it means that the Earth it is not round and it is not flat, but also it is the shape is a sphere, but it is shape is what? Flattened. When you talk about flattened, like here at the diagram, the distance from here to here is not equal to the distance from here to here. So the distance from that point, North Pole up to South Pole, it is short compared to the distance from this part to this part. I talk about the equator. The distance is what? Is very far. Is more. There is more distance from that point compared to that what point. So when we talk about flattened, it means that point is like this way and this point is like this way. But here, so that point is large compared to this what point. So that is to talk about what? Flattened sphere of what? Of the Earth. And what are the things it can prove that the Earth are flattened sphere? I come to the point. I told you that by the diameter. Here, diameter. So diameters or measurement in diameters proven that the Earth are what? Are flattened sphere. On which way? Scientists speculate or experiment that they measured the distance from North Pole to South Pole. They measured the distance from North Pole here. Here is North Pole and there is South what? Pole. So from here up to this point, they get this one, almost 12,713 yes, kilometer, and here is million kilometer from here to here. But when they come to measure the distance in equator from this point to this point, they get what? 12,751 million kilometers. So you understand that from here to here there is short distance, but here to here there is long distance. So you understand that the Earth at that point is what? Is like this way, but this point is what? Is large. So that point you understand that the Earth is not what? Round. It is not. It is shaped. It is not what? Round or complete sphere, but is what? Flattened what? Flattened sphere. But we will come to more evidences to how the Earth, you can say that, are flattened what? A flattened sphere. So that's all about what? About the Earth. So let's come to another part is what? Evidence, or we can say evidence of the Earth. Earth is what? Shape. Evidence of the Earth is shape. So here we look what are the things which show that the shape of the Earth is like that I told you in the diagram. Let's start to the first point. Sunrise and sunset. Sunrise and sunset. When we talk about sunrise, it means that the points where the sun is what? Exposed on the Earth's surface. But sunset, when the sun is what? Is off the what? The Earth. So why sunrise and the sunset can prove, on which way can prove that the Earth shape is what? Is flattened sphere and not flat? Is that if the Earth is flat, is like this way, I can show you. If the Earth is like this way and the sun lies at this point, it means that take an example. Here is what? German, and here is what? Tanzania. An example. Here is the what? The flat Earth. The sun rise. Here is Tanzania, here is German, and you have to understand that Tanzania and German, there is difference of time. So if the Earth are flat like that one, it means that when there is sunrise, it means that Tanzania and German, they can see the sun at the same points, But the sunrise of Tanzania is quite different with the sunrise of what? Of German. So we understand that the Earth is not flat. Reason behind, because the sunrise, Tanzania and the German, is not appearing like this way, but it appear in this way. The Earth is round, is like this one. Yes, it's like this one. So when the sun lies, this is a sphere. Earth. So when there is rising of the Earth, it means that, take an example, here is Tanzania and Germany is here. An example. So it means that when the sun rises, Tanzania will get the sun rise, but German, they can't get the sun rise. And also when the Earth revolve as a point the German can get, but Tanzania it can't get. So at that point you understand that the sun rising, it can evidence even the set of the sun. If you get the sunrise and the sunset at a different time, it means that the Earth is round. Compared to that point, the sun rising, all points we have to get at the same point, that sunrise and the sunset. So, but that situation, it is not true. We did not get this situation, but we get this situation. When the sun rises, Tanzania and other parts get the sunrise and the sunset at a different time. So that is the point about the sunrise and the sunset. It proves that the Earth shape is flattened sphere, or it is a sphere and not flat as I told you. The second point is circumnavigation of the Earth. Circumnavigation of the Earth. When we talk about the circumnavigation of the Earth, this means what? This is the way motions, how the motions around the sun, the motion around the sun. So that circumnavigation is the movements around the sun. And there is a scientist which is called Ferdinand Magellan. I think it was in 15 and 19 up to 15 and 22. That Ferdinand Magellan tried to investigate about the Earth. They tried to investigate to make the motions to move around the sun, and they moved from the certain points up to certain points. But unfortunately, Ferdinand Magellan proven that it come to that point, to the same point. The point that I started, he started to move. At the points, they come to be an end. So an example study for that point, make move. At the end of the points, come to the same point. So it's come and prove that the Earth, it is not it is not flat, but the Earth is round. But if the Earth is round, it is impossible for that Ferdinand Magellan to come at the same points. So that is all about the circumnavigation of the Earth. So when we make the example here, circumnavigation, you have to make the reference from that scientist. American scientist is Ferdinand Magellan. He make his own investigation about the Earth on 15 and 19 up to 15 22. That's all about the circumnavigation of the Earth. The third point is aerial photograph. Aerial photograph. So aerial photograph is what? Here we understand that aerial photograph is the photograph which is taken by the points when the camera is held by the the aircraft. Is the photograph which is taken when the camera is held by the aircraft. So that picture, when it's taken by those aircraft, when it is seen that the Earth is is curved. So when we go and check any types of aerial photograph. So when we look at the types of the photograph, it tried to show that the Earth is curved and not flat. You can't get the picture which is aerial, which is is flat, direct to flat. It is impossible. So when you take the types of the photograph, you can see that there is curve. Then you can get like this one, curve. See that? So if any picture is taken aerial or is taken by the aircraft, mostly it shows the curvature of the Earth, and not flat. So that is the third criteria, which show that the Earth shape is round or is spherical, is flattened sphere and not flat. I think we are together. Okay, fine. Let's come to the fourth point is ship's visibility. Ship's visibility. When we talk about ship's visibility, it means that the way those ship it is visible when it's moving on the within the ocean, in the ocean. So at the points when the ship moving from a certain points, maybe from a certain points coming to the harbor or coming to the port, it is not true that you can see the whole ship or you can see the whole ship coming to the harbor. Take a simple experiment. Go for those who are living in the coastal or are near to the harbors or ports. You can stay there and wait for the ship. When you stay there, you can't see the whole ship is coming there and up to the point at the port. No, the first thing you can see the upper parts of the ship. Second, you can see the middle part, and the point is come near to your points you can see the whole ship. So that's why the ship is started to see the top part, then middle, then lower part. The reason is the earth is round, and so the ship starts here. So when it is at that point, it means that you see the top. When it's near to your point, that you see the whole ship. So that is all about ship's visibility. And also even the points when it's moving from the points you are going inside the oceans starts to disappear, the lower part, then middle part, then the upper part. So that is all about ship's visibility. So that is about ship's visibility as fourth evidence that show that the earth shape is round and not flat. Yes, let's come to the last evidence, which is lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. So what is lunar eclipse? Lunar eclipse, this is the types of eclipse whereby the moon is moving, the earth is moving between the moon and the sun. It's the types of eclipse whereby the earth is moving between the sun and the moon. So when you talk about the lunar eclipse, here we can say the moon eclipse. It means that when we talk about eclipse, let's understand about eclipse. Eclipse here is the way or in the situation whereby there is any object in the atmosphere stay between or be between the two objects, but one of those two objects must produce the light. So when we talk about the eclipse, one object stands between two objects, but one object between those two objects must be a producer of the light. So it means that the producer of the light on that the earth or on that solar system is the sun. So lunar eclipse, it means that the earth is standing between the moon and the sun. It means that the earth destroy or obscure the moon. It means that the light of the sun is not going directly to the moon because of the obstacle from the earth. So that is called lunar eclipse. I think you understand. Let me repeat. When I talk about lunar eclipse, I told you that means the process or the situation whereby the earth be between the earth, the sun, and the moon. So it means that the light from the sun is not going directly to the moon. It is being obscured by the earth. So that is called as a moon eclipse, or in general we call it as a lunar eclipse. Let's come to the point. How it evidences that the earth shape is is a sphere. It means that if the earth is flat like this way, it means that when there is sun here, this one is the sun, and here there is moon, and here is the earth. So when that sun is placing its layer, those shines to the moon, that earth, it means that there is possibility of that light to reach up to the moon. But at the point the earth is round, maybe when the earth is round, it means that maybe here is the moon, the sun, Here is the earth and here is the moon. So when that sun shines or rays is being placed, it is impossible to reach up to what? To the moon. So this means that the earth is what? Is round, because that situation is what? As we get. There is lunar eclipse and also there is solar eclipse. That's all appeared because of the shape of the earth to be what? To be round. And if the earth is being what? Flat, that is impossible for the moon to be what? Obscured. It is what? Right that can get from what? From the sun. So that is all about what? The earth, or that is all about what? The evidence that can evidence that the earth shape is what? Is round and not what? And not flat. Let's end here for today. I think as we complete about the evidence of the earth shape. So here it is exercise. So sample of the question that is mostly usable by most of the teachers. Example here is components of the solar system. The second is 8 planets, and the last question, the question that is the third one, which planet is the near from the Earth and which planet is far from the Earth, and the last is mention 5 evidence to prove the shape of the earth. So thank you for listening me. Let's move to the next session.